Hey guys, Coach Greg here down at AM Fitness in Plainville, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about stretching. Now, in our stretches and our warm-ups here at AM, we use a lot of dynamic stretches. What that means is that our stretches have movement in them. So it's not just hold for 30 seconds and then go. The movement creates a stretch. Now, the biggest problem we run into with this stretch is that people tend to bounce or move too quickly through the movement without actually fully getting a stretch. And what that does is that actually doesn't actually help us loosen up. It actually can lead to some tighter muscles. Take one stretch we use is our half kneeling hip flexor stretch. Now, I'm in a half kneeling position. All right, knees at 90, chest tall. All right, toes dug in. Now, what I want to do before I start the stretch is to squeeze my butt. Okay, I'm going to squeeze my glutes. What that's going to do is going to thing called reciprocal inhibition. It's going to send a message from here to my mind, all right, saying, hey, we're squeezing. All right, it's going to come down to the front of the hip. For our back side to squeeze, our front side needs to relax for movement. So we're going to squeeze. It's going to help us open up. All right, then with that, we want to create motion. Push. Okay, so it's activate and turn. All right, it's not a very quick movement. What ends up happening a lot of times is what it looks like we're doing is just going through. Now, if I do that and I just kind of bounce against tight muscles, especially if I have very tight hip flexors, what's going to happen is I'm going to push into a tight muscle. The muscle is going to react by a protective mechanism set off by what's called a muscle spindle. Muscle spindles are these little sensors that are inside your muscles that when they get stretched too fast, especially when they're tight, their reaction is to tighten back up and protect. So if I have a really tight hip flexor and I drive into it really quickly, right, and my muscle spindle is like, whoa, what's going on? It'll tighten up, and I'll actually tighten my hip flexor even more to eliminate the chances of overstretching it. So what we need to do first is once we're up, we get that squeeze, we activate the glute. That sends that message from our mind down to the front of our hip that if we need to squeeze here, we need to relax here. So it'll start a relaxation process first. So we can bypass that muscle spindle with that, again, reciprocal inhibition. Right? So one side squeezes, the other side relaxes. Then, past that, then we can start to get into that stretch without the muscle freaking out. Okay? That goes with all of our dynamic stretches, guys. When it comes down to forearm to instep, where we're dropping down, all right? Again, really tight hamstring. I'm going down here and I'm just pushing and pulling, all right? Instead of getting a good stretch by dropping down, pausing, getting into it, going back, okay, getting a good stretch. If I just rock really fast, especially if I'm tight, I'm going to end up causing more damage than good, all right? So keep that in mind, all right, when you're doing stretches. Even though it has movement, we're not bouncing, all right? We're going to make sure that we're pushing in, giving it time, all right? Then moving through the motion to help loosen the muscles, all right? If you have any other questions, all right, stop down and see one of your coaches. Otherwise, hope to see you at your next session.